Hey guys, what's up? I'm Spencer Boldman and I'm TJ.
The 1960s were a much simpler time. Schools were smaller, assigned less homework, and the focus was on the family. High school kids were less concerned with 10-year plans, and more concerned with, being a kid. Now fast forward to 2010. Kids today are experiencing pressure to stand out in all areas, whether it be achieving a perfect SAT score, winning sports competitions, or even establishing a full-blown professional career before they finish high school. Whether they pursue sport, academic, or career-oriented goals, overachieving children are very prevalent in modern society. But all things must succumb to pressure. Perhaps the most common young overachiever appears in the intellectual. This is the kid who could pass his or her GRE at 10, or beat world-class chess champions at 13.
I'm David Dillard. I'm the co-owner of Kara Dillard's College Prep. Students, in the last 18 years, we have seen quite a bit of evolution. It has become much more competitive to get in colleges overall. And so when we began in 1992, a student would need a little over 1,000 to get in a typical college. Nowadays, to get in moderately competitive schools, they are going to need considerably higher scores. So the society as a whole has become more competitive.
Well, school definitely demands a lot less sleep. There's a lot of work to be done, especially at TAMS because the curriculum is so heavily based on tests. So studying is key. And so I would say roughly I get 4 to 6 hours of sleep a day on a good day. And the SAT did keep me up at nights, but I got a 2370 last time I took it. And I think that's pretty much going to be it for me. So that's a little pressure relieved. I was at KD a lot before then, and I will be coming up for the subject test. I do think that over the last couple of years, academic pressure has increased to the point where it is harming the students instead of helping them, because it's making them nervous on tests instead of giving them the confidence to do well.
I think the core problem is an insecurity that we feel as a society, that we're not going to be able to compete, we're not going to be able to be successful, we're not going to be able to achieve the things in life that we achieve. And so we're scrambling to do anything we can to try to have an advantage.
Another popular field for overachieving youth is sports, which many kids pick up as soon as they begin to walk. Meet Tina, an 8th grader from Texas, who also happens to be a nationally ranked tennis player.
Hi, I'm Christina Martin. I'm in 8th grade. I've been playing tennis for 5 years. Used to do a lot of competitive tournaments. Now I play on my middle school team, and I'm ranked in Texas as 14 and under champ. I started playing tennis when I was young, in about 3rd grade. Well, sometimes I've done maybe like 10 hours a week. And that wasn't always easy because there's a lot of homework in school. I like have late nights doing homework and spend more time than other people probably.
There's actually a lot of issues that we see with kids who are starting to play sports very competitive, very young. Some of the big issues are we're seeing overuse injuries, certain types of tendonitis type injuries or chronic overuse or growth plate injuries in kids specifically that come from repetitive use over and above. And whatever sport it is. And if you say that they need to back off, they need to rest, they need to let things heal, there are often times where the child is okay with that, but the parent is really pushing to get them back quickly.
When a parent puts a lot of pressure on a child changes from something that they enjoy doing to something that they want to just please others. And pleasing others causes tremendous stress and pressure on a person.
The most notorious field for ambitious youth is, of course, the entertainment industry. the child actor is thrust into an adult world at a very impressionable age. 18-year-old Spencer is a young actor who has done work with both Disney and Nickelodeon, all before completing his senior year.
I started acting in the 8th grade, so I think it was 12 or 13. And I started doing more film, television stuff a couple of years ago, and I'm really happy I did that because I still got to be a kid, I still got to hang out with my friends, I went to homecoming. I kind of got to experience part of my childhood versus when you're 4 or 5 and you're in this business until you're 18, 19. You move out here and it's the adult world. It's not kid world. And kids that don't have that, it kind of changes who they become as an adult.
Hey Nate.
Oh, hi.
So, the girls' choice dance.
Right.
You want to go with me, possibly?
When I did a co-star spot on iCarly, I was actually flying back and forth from LA to Dallas so much that I got so busy with stuff. What we did for my senior year, which is the year I'm in now, we had the opportunity to do homeschool, but still through my district. So what happens is it's like I am still going to school and I'm still taking the courses that I would at my regular high school, only it's online.
Hi, I'm Tony DiNardo, and I work with Millennium Artists and DTV, a talent development company.
What are some pressures that actors must be prepared to face in the industry and in LA?
Definitely things that for everyday children, maybe they aren't so big of an issue, like weight or your skin, keeping your skin clear, or maybe if you have a characteristic that isn't so appealing. Kids maybe, like if they've got really thin lips, an agent, even at 16, 17, 18, might say, you might need some collagen put in your lips, or you might need a nose job, or we see that you could use some fat injections. These in everyday life in Dallas, Texas, people would be appalled, but this is the business, and unfortunately those are things that kids do need to be prepared with.
Do you think that the acting business in general has a lot of parents who try and live vicariously through their kids?
Yeah, absolutely. Stage parents, as they call them. They I don't know what that's like because my parents aren't like that at all, but I think that, I think a stage parent, something that really describes it best is somebody who's just very nosy and all about everybody else's business, not just focused on their own child. And unfortunately, I've seen one too many times where those parents end up really ruining it for the child. It's not the child, it's the parent. I think child actors are forced to do adult things, which causes them to grow up quicker. They're put in a lot of situations where most kids their age aren't, and you're working with adults all day, so I do think that they definitely grow up a lot quicker.
Should children be encouraged to pursue stressful extracurricular activities that could potentially allow them to grow as a person, or will the pressure that comes as a result of these activities have a negative effect on their development? Not all pressure and stress should be avoided. For example, eustress is a pleasant curative stress that can add to the competitive edge and is important to mental health. With proper restrictions and a strong support system, the problems that overachieving children face are not problems, but challenges. On a more positive note, achieving a high level of success in a particular field can encourage self-esteem and instill a sense of fulfillment. However, without regulations, overpressured children can end up on a destructive path that could potentially destroy their future. Without the proper mentor, naive children can be easily manipulated and taken advantage of. It's a grown-up world out there, and it's extremely hard to be a kid in it. In most cases, a real childhood and a good education should take priority over awards and achievements. All in all, pressure can be good in small doses, but it should always come from the child himself and not from the people around him. As always, too much of a good thing can be extremely bad, so boundaries should always be kept in place.
When we go to that one higher level, that is when the pressures come in. So those achievements, the higher achievements, they should come from the child and not from the parents. It should not be pushed on them, but they should want to do it.